Hello! Today we're going to be doing another reaction video, and it's for the Season 14 Criminal Minds Episode 3. And I thought about doing one for last week's episode, but after watching it, it was kind of in the middle for me. It wasn't great and it wasn't bad, so I decided not to do one. And I heard this week's episode was going to be great, and so I tried to stay off social media as much as I could once I committed myself to making another reaction video. But I did see some stuff, not a lot, but just like a little smidge of it, so it's not as completely unbiased as it was last time, but we're gonna do it again. Apologies for the delay on it. I thought I had downloaded the right episode, but it turns out it wasn't on my iTunes yet because I had bought the season pass, and when I downloaded the episode and I saw the name of the episode and it said like you watched it on October 10th, I was like, oh no, it's the episode from last week. And then I had to re-download the episode when it came for the newer episode. I had to download it when it came on like 20 minutes later, and I was just like, okay. But enough of the technical delay, and it's downloaded now, so let's start. To the Treasury Department, okay.
So, what's in the box?
To be honest, no idea. I mean, I just want to get myself from actually ordering one of those new Turbo Dog treat tossing cameras.
Squeeze me?
Oh, seriously though? You love this thing. It is so cool. It would let me watch and feed and play with Mr. Widget all from right here.
Because that's exactly what the American taxpayer hopes is taking place at Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be good. Which is why all I could think is my mind was saying no, but my finger was pressing place for yeah.
What the? Oh my god.
Okay.
Someone call 911.
Well, that's definitely a dog treat thing that she was hoping was in her box. And that definitely wouldn't have been detected by a metal detector or a bomb detector or anything, so point one to the enemy, I guess. But yeah, definitely not a dog treat thing. It's like the farthest thing from that. Continuing.
Oh. David. David!
Can't I go to my room?
Not until we talk about this. In here. I need you to tell me what happened this morning to make you feel like you had to hit somebody.
I said I was sorry.
You should be. There's no excuse for that kind of behavior. You hear me?
Matt, maybe we should talk about this later. David, go to your room. Well, sudden shifts in behavior are usually tied to something changing at home. And honestly, I think that something changing here is me.
Christy, this has nothing to do
With my being in trauma therapy because I survived being a hostage, we know David is the sensitive one. So when your mom all of a sudden becomes overly protective and starts canceling playdates, it probably becomes a little scary for him.
I would say that's a really good insight for Matt's wife. I did say this on Twitter, but I'm going to say it again. They picked the perfect kid to play his son because he looks exactly like Daniel Henney. I mean, if you didn't tell me that that was just an actor, I would have thought that was his actual kid. Or at least someone related to him, because that really looks like him. Continuing.
DC Metro Police reported that body parts were sent to 6 separate locations within the Washington metropolitan area. Each appendage was wrapped and sealed inside its own box. In all, there were 2 arms with no hands, 2 legs with no feet, 1 torso cut in half but without the head.
So although this unset felt the...
How did all that fit in one box? I mean, it didn't look like a very big box. Just putting that out there.
to Ursula's shock and awe, the victims who received the boxes, he was still organized enough to withhold the parts that would have helped better identify the victim.
Oh, but wait, there's more. In each box, underneath the victim pieces, was an index card, and on each one, a piece of a handwritten note.
All the
Oh, okay, there was more than one box. Got it. Okay. Chain. Okay, it's not a chainsaw, sorry. Okay, got another body there. Okay, so you're dancing now. And then you're going to kill the guy. Okay.
And in my opinion, a fairly high degree of skill was employed to decapitate and disarticulate these two men.
Between that and the use of a paralytic, I'd say our unsub has had significant medical training.
Yeah, plus all the slice and dice is personal. He knows these guys, maybe even better than the women.
That might start to explain his mixed motivations. His choice to murder the men physically, but assault the women psychologically. Right now, the women may be our only way to track him down.
I'm just afraid to go home now. I called my mom to pick up my dog. She said we could stay with her, but I wish we could all stay here. It's a government building. They'll do whatever they can to protect it. Sorry, I don't know them. I really wish I could help you more.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
She's like, my mom's picking up my dog. She must have been so disappointed that it wasn't the dog treats. Actually, more horrified that it wasn't the dog treats. But, sorry, that was just so funny when she's like, my mom's picking up my dog. I was like, okay. It's not really that important, but okay.
Man, I must be losing it.
What's wrong?
Well, I'm over here looking at just how well our unsub wrapped these boxes, because clearly he didn't want anything spoiling his surprise. And at the same time, I can't help asking myself why I never learned how to gift wrap presents for my family.
You could always hire someone to do it for you.
I do, but you know.
Oh,
that's not the
Tara.
same. Anyway, clearly this guy has major skills. But at the same time, he would have needed direct access to WorldSend's tracking system, along with a branch office for his boxes to be picked up.
So you think he's either a current or former employee of WorldSend?
Well, who better than a disgruntled courier?
Fits
to
the
call
profile
himself
for
Mafia
at least
or
how
not?
it got into the
True,
mail.
but is this disgruntled courier also a frustrated doctor? All 6 packages were tagged with a code assigned to Dwayne Van. He's the manager in charge of the branch that was closed for remodeling.
Do you have a home address?
That's right here.
I'm gonna say it like that's too easy. Come on, it's not gonna be that guy. It's too easy if it's him.
All right, according to SWAT.
Oh my God, you guys, this is happening.
Well, hold on, what's happening?
I found Gone Postal online, and he's live streaming a murder.
Oh wow.
It's not a conventional network. I put in a digital market for Gone Postal, and I found it on a website called xanadu.xtz.cu.
XTZ.cu, what the hell is that?
It's the lower level domain. It's the dark web.
Is there any way to locate where this live stream's coming from?
I'm running a digital trace now. IP address. Okay, according to the IP address.
Who live streams that kind of stuff?
Wi-Fi network, somewhere around the 1400 block of Western Falls Springs Avenue.
Our suspect Dwayne Van's address is 1457 Western Falls Springs Avenue.
SWAT's already on its way.
My guess is it's going to be playing on another computer at that site because they can't just find everything right now. It'd be too easy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you have 20 something more minutes in this show. Like, you can't just find the guy right now. This is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like Boston Reaper reminiscent here. Just with all like the blood and the debris everywhere. Just kind of eerie. He left 2 heads on the bedstand thing. Okay. I'm a little freaked out right now. This is good. It's a good Halloween episode right here.
Has the Emmy ID'd your victims?
Yes, they were Dwayne Van and Rory Stevenson. They were married about 3 months ago.
And forensics is telling us that the scene here has been totally staged.
They weren't killed in the house?
No, neither killed nor dismembered, and there's no sign of forced entry. Which means that Rory and Dwayne must have let him in. Like Rossi said, he probably knew them well, and then he used the paralytic to disable them.
Which we have been able to identify as rocuronium bromide.
It's a neuromuscular block. We typically use an anesthesia.
Yeah, and to do that.
Yeah, I really don't want to watch snuff film again, but
No, I already watched it. There's nothing distinguishing about the room that's too dark. Oh.
Why is she watching that again? Like, this is so unlike Garcia. She should have taken those days off like Emily told her to. Because she wouldn't have watched it back then.
Things you can see is what we have already confirmed about his method of operating. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of screaming.
how many times did you watch it?
More than enough times.
I like how she's just like,
Are you okay? You never really looked at it?
Oh, look, no one has time for my sensitivities, and we all know that I could stand to have some emotional calluses. I did find something probably probative in my research.
I like how Luke is very caring about it, though. Like, he's just like, are you okay? Just checking on her to make sure she's doing better, because he knows that she doesn't do this kind of stuff, you know? It's kind of why I ship them a little bit.
I found the webmaster. Her name's Galina Cadmack. She also owns this site, and it wasn't like...
She looks so bust up in that photo of her. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure most people's mugshots look pretty bad, but she just looks all kinds of drunk or high or whatever she was on in that mugshot. She just looks bad.
I was surprised to find out she's been arrested more than once, because what she encourages to be enjoyed on this site, there is something very upside down about that woman.
So as his psyche feeds off the frenzy he's creating, like a spree killer, he will stop at nothing to burn as brightly as he can for as long as he can.
One of the first killers I've seen to have an actual dance party as a victory of his killings. Yeah, he's messed up. Just like that lady on the website with mugshot, but worse.
Adult entertainment.
If by adult entertainment you're talking about fetishes like vorophilia, bestiality.
Okay, I get it. She's got exotic tastes. And since she lost her company in a divorce, she's been looking to get her fix with some freaks on the dark web.
I do not have any direct knowledge of anyone who chooses to use my website. It is anonymous. It has to be, or else it would subvert its purpose.
What purpose? Perversion?
One and the same. It is Rule 34.
She reminds me of the lady from The Greatest Showman that almost ruined his marriage. I already don't like her.
If you think that you can deflect by sashaying your depravity, you are sadly mistaken.
Oh, I think you're the one who's mistaken. What you perceive as my callousness is, to be fair, my reverence for the cycle of life.
Okay, whatever.
And we just found a connection between the male victims.
Went through Dr. Kaufman's patient records. It turns out 3 years ago, a patient was referred to him by the name of Emmanuel Rask.
Meanwhile, I was doing some research on Dwayne Van's social media, and around 3 years ago...
Okay, they already
he
found
seemed
out the
to have
guy.
a pretty serious romantic relationship with that very same Emmanuel Rask.
What do we know about Rask?
Child prodigy in music, valedictorian in his high school. He won a scholarship to Holridge University, where he was later accepted to the medical school.
From which he was expelled.
Oh yeah, for behavior deemed grossly inappropriate by the medical school's code of conduct.
How does someone that successful with that much to live with end up doing that? I mean, I can see how it happens, the stress will get to you and everything, but like, he seemed like such a good kid, you know, on paper. He just seemed like great until all that crap happened, and then he just went into the crapper. You know, he just went into Looneyville. I just don't get it. Continuing.
Does he have any family in there?
His father, Alonzo, committed suicide 10 years ago, but his mother, Janelle, currently lives in Hillcrest Heights.
Luke and I can go talk to him.
Dr. Kaufman noted how difficult it was for him to diagnose Rask because he exhibited all the attention-seeking tendencies of a histrionic personality while simultaneously flaunting an exaggerated sense of self-worth consistent with being a narcissist.
Well, those two personality types are usually inconsistent with each other, which means he's been struggling with these mixed motivations for a long time. And if his relationship with Dwayne Van was as important to him as I think it was, then learning that Van got married while he was in prison could have triggered his rage.
She didn't recognize any of the men, but she did recognize all 10 of the women who received packages.
Yeah, and Janelle said the reason why she remembered these women was because of how kind they all were to her son.
Yeah, like Patricia Sorrells was a high school chemistry teacher who wrote him a glowing college recommendation. Or Gina Raptis, she helped him when he misfiled a tax return.
Yeah, the way she described these women, I don't know, it would be hard to imagine any kind of resentment Rask would have toward them.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be grateful to these women.
Gift wrapping.
What about gift wrap?
Oh, so he's giving them gifts. He's giving these women these gifts as a thank you? I'm guessing?
You know, I saw it before, and yet I didn't see it because it seemed obvious that he just didn't want the boxes to leak. But now, I think he was being exact. Because he was wrapping a gift.
And if you think that dominatrix face is better than a poker face, it ain't.
I don't know him.
Let me be crystal clear with you. Unless I walk out that door with all the answers I'm looking for, you can kiss the rest of your life goodbye.
You know, in the BDSM world, this sort of abuse requires consent. A safe word. Like, lawyer.
Are you asking for a lawyer?
I don't need anyone to save me. I've learned how to handle men like you. Men who think they can manipulate me or even intimidate me to submission.
Oh yeah, I know you've had many men of this type in your life. Guys who've tried to rip you off, prosecute you, take you for everything you've got in a divorce.
Damn, Rossi's getting to her.
I survived. And now I thrive.
Yeah, you know what they say. You attract what you are.
That's a lie. Because you can be betrayed.
Yes, you can. And I can tell by that tone in your voice.
He just broke her in like not even a minute. It just took a bunch of insults.
That you feel betrayed by the man you...
Well, not really insults, but more like lower belt, you know, below the belt hits for him to get to her.
Promise to cherish in sickness and in health for as long as you both shall live. But the problem is, he's still alive. Or maybe you already arranged to take care of that.
I'm sorry, okay? Please tell her that I'm sorry.
Oh crap, he got the saw ready. Like, really, like insulting the killer is gonna make the killer not want to kill you. I mean, at least if you die, I guess. In a way, you die with your dignity. But, I mean, still, if you were just bargaining for your life, like, insulting the killer is gonna make them not want to kill you anymore, that doesn't make sense.
Emmanuel, I'm being very serious now. You have my undivided attention.
I should.
Yes, you should.
It's like Rossi's talking to a 5-year-old. should. Yes, you should. It's like, you're talking to a freaking kid.
I'm not going back to prison.
Yeah, but if not, we won't be able to talk. And then how would I be able to tell your story?
It looks like you're gonna have one hell of a story to tell, too.
Oh, yay! It's like a happy ending, kind of. At least the loony guy's gonna go back to the loony bin.
So, the other day, Keith Dawson was being like a total jerk and joking around about how, you know, on TV, the cops, they always wear like the bulletproof vests, right?
Right.
So, Keith was saying that it's like really stupid because on these shows, you never see the bad guys just shoot the cops in the face. That's when I felt that blow in my stomach. And I punched Keith. But it wasn't that hard. I swear.
I like I was trying to, rationalize it. It's like, it wasn't hard, I swear. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. It's like, that would totally be me as a kid. Like, I did it, but I didn't mean to do it, I swear.
No matter what happens in this world, your mom and I will always be with you. Always. Oh, I love you, buddy.
Thank you, Dad.
What are you looking at?
Pay no attention to the woman lying on the couch. Carry on.
Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. James Baldwin.
Okay, I like the ending. That was sweet. Okay. Thoughts on that episode? I did like it. It was kind of a thriller, kind of like a Halloween episode. It was one of the more twisted ones, which was something that I actually liked. And it brought in a lot of humor. I did like they incorporated Daniel Henney's character because I feel like his character's just not been given as much opportunities to be showcased. I mean, he did just join the cast last season, but still. I find like this episode, as twisted as it was, made me laugh a lot. Probably more than I should. And I can't wait for next week's episode. I'll probably make another reaction one then because I believe next week's episode is a JJ centered episode with her going back to East Allegheny and things involving her sister and flashbacks, and I'm interested in that one, especially because we've never seen Rosalind. We'd always heard about her and she was always referenced, but you never got to actually see her, so it'll be interesting to see the sister dynamic play out and then maybe figure out why she killed herself, so that's what I'm looking forward to in next week's episode. Until then, bye bye.